What do you do when you're an individual agent, a one-man show, you're just getting started, and you're just overwhelmed by tasks, right? You have to wear all kinds of different hats, whether it be sales, customer service, marketing, accounting, and it's just all too much as an individual independent business owner. What do you do? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly the answer to that. This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketing leads, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads. They just got something covered for every situation that you're going to run into when it comes to leads. They also got you covered when it comes to virtual staffing, you guys. They can actually have you plug in with one of their trained and expertise virtual assistants to where you can pay by the hour. It's a lot cheaper than hiring somebody here in the States. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. The link can be found down in the description as well as the coupon code, so go ahead and check them out. All right, guys, so what is an agent to do when you're first starting out and you feel like you're just completely overwhelmed, right? You feel like you're just constantly putting in hours and hours and hours of work. You feel like you just get buried on a day-to-day basis. Well, the answer to this is pretty simple in my opinion. I think that the ultimate solution, and there is no way around it, you have to get to a place where you can hire staff. You can bring in people to your business to help you and to kind of duplicate your efforts, right? You have to essentially unload tasks so that way you can focus more on the bottom line, and that is income producing activities. Meeting with clients, talking with clients, building the company's clientele base as an independent business owner. That's how you have to get started at least at the beginning, and that's where your time needs to be focused as much as possible. Now, if you're first getting started and you just don't have the budget to hire somebody, and there's tons of people that are in this situation, so don't worry, I'm not just going to tell you hire somebody and then click, I turn off the video. That's not what I'm going to do here, but ultimately that's the long-term goal you have to get to. So we have to get you to a place where you work up your business from point A to point B to point C to point D, and then maybe at point D you're able to actually bring on somebody. But first we got to get from point A to point D first. We can't just jump right there, but that's the ultimate goal, right? So you have to actually understand that's where we're going. At the end of the day, hiring somebody is inevitable if you want to keep growing. It is impossible to grow and meet your full potential doing everything by yourself. You just can't do it. It's not realistic. Name me a great company that has built everything on the back of one person's work. There's always people that need to help and contribute, and it's a team effort, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. You look at any great company, Disney, tons of employees, Amazon, tons of employees. Let's even focus on our own industry, right? You look at the best agencies out there, there are multiple people organizations. So that essentially, you're going to reach a ceiling if you don't end up hiring somebody. It's just going to happen. And I realized this I realized this probably longer than I'd like to admit that it took me to realize this in my own business. You just have to essentially understand that it's going to be uncomfortable, and you have to essentially turn over control to another person. You have to understand that you're going to have to not have to deal with everything yourself as an individual agent. I know some people just feel very antsy about another person talking to their clients because what if they say the wrong thing, or handling this or handling that. But it's necessary and it's needed, and it's something that we all go through if you want to take the next step at some point in your business. So let's say you're not there yet, though. Let's say financially you just can't afford it yet. Well, how do you get to a place where you can't afford it? What you have to do is you have to do everything in your power to increase your efficiency. What I mean by this is you have to spend as little time as possible doing things that are not income-producing activities. And I know it might sound simple, but this is the only way that you're going to get there. You have to build your clientele as quickly as possible. So look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. This is what I would encourage you to do. Make a list for the next 2 days, and make a list each day about tasks that you're working on every single day. And what does it look like? Okay, so let's say you wake up, you get ready, you start work during the day. what does it look like, right? Are you returning people's phone calls for the first 4 or 5 hours of your day? Are you working on claims? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? What kind of tasks are you doing on a day-to-day basis that is not bringing income into your business? It's not saying that you don't have to do those tasks, because you do, right? If there's no one else but you, it all comes back on you. But maybe you can schedule it a little differently, right? So like maybe you set a certain time every day, and maybe it's like 9 to 3 or 9 to 4 or 9 to 5, depending on how much busy work you have to do every day. It just depends on where you're at and the size of your business, right? But maybe, that time period that you schedule off, and you schedule it off in your calendar like you would an appointment. It's something you can't miss. People can't schedule appointments with you during this block of time every single day. And you schedule it from the standpoint that this is the time every day that I'm going to spend working leads or getting out in my community, or just I'm doing something that's income producing activity. I'm going to do something to get in front of clients, prospects, customers. I'm going to talk to people on the phone. I'm going to make sure I have phone calls scheduled, those kind of things. Nothing but income producing activities. And outside of the time that's your prime time for income producing activities, whatever that might look like, that is when you spend time returning phone calls. That is when you spend time catching up on customer service. And it ends up meaning that you have to put in some long days. I'm not saying that this would be easy. If this stuff was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would be super successful, but that's just not the case. So you have to prioritize your time and understand, and this is something that I had to learn as a new agent. If someone calls and it's a client and they need help with something, and you are right in the middle of something, you're in an appointment or you're calling leads, or whatever the case might be, you don't have to call them back right then and there. You don't have to drop everything you're doing to take their call. You can call them back in a few hours when it's more convenient for you. I have learned this over the years, and I had to learn this when I was completely on my own. And that was a really hard thing for me to learn, because I was just prone to panicking. I wanted to make sure, because I felt like every single client of mine, if I didn't call them back in 30 seconds, that they were going to run off and leave me or something like that. 99.9% of your clients and customers, that's not the case. If you call them back the same day, they will understand. So make sure that you prioritize your time, and you need to make sure that you're spending the prime hours of your day every day focusing on income producing activities. Working on your Facebook page is not income producing activities. Returning calls to clients, existing clients, is not income producing activities. Sending out birthday letters is not income producing activities. Working on your website or whatever the case might be, making content, any of that stuff is not income producing activities. All important, but you have to prioritize your time and make sure that you are the master of your own schedule. You should be writing out your schedule in 30 to 45, maybe even an hour time blocks every single day as you go. I, to this day, still do this. And I think by having an incredibly disciplined and organized schedule, you're going to be able to put more time towards what you need to. And the more time you put towards income-producing activities, the faster you bring in income, which means that the faster that you can grow your business, your organization, and potentially bring somebody in to be able to help you with your business. Anyway, guys, I hope this video answered that question. I hope it was helpful. If it did, please do me a favor. Drop a like on this video. I really would appreciate that. Please drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. It helps us reach more people just like you in the YouTube algorithm. So like. Drop a comment down below. Did this video help you? Did it answer your questions? Do you have any follow-up questions to that we didn't cover in this video? Make sure to throw them down in the comment section. We will do our best to answer every single comment that you drop. We want to have a dialogue with you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. And until next time, guys, here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, guys.